know there's other kids that can get helmets and stuff too. Like that.
That was the main thing.
Yeah. Yes, yes. Don't worry, I've got a microphone. Jesse's coming to get me. Oh yeah, that's right. He's stuck at work.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'll yell turkey legs, girl. Run, turkey legs!
I gotta sit down because then he's gonna want to play around too. Jesse, come here.
But I'm not. It wasn't even the next day yet. It was like 2 days later.
Jesse. Jesse.
Well, you put him. No, Marcus likes that. But I don't think I like that. But I don't like the coat myself. A Marcus. It's the coat. So it's right above. I can put Marcus. The coat down the front. Maybe. Oh, that. Oh, put the design here and the coat down the front.
Oh, it's too old. Mom. You want Dad to take Jessica?
Jesse, are you not going to behave? All right, Daddy's taking you for a ride.
We'll go for a ride with Dad.
I pulled out the retro since we're back to 5. When you knew one. I know, but I need new numbers on you and Amy.
Yours is the one you made me is my Friday night sleep shirt. Dave rest because your wife knows you're screwing us. That's my Friday night sleep shirt. Like, I probably shouldn't wear this in public. I'll still be my
I wear it in public. Did you see your brother play with the game last week? Every time Maddie made a touchdown, they called him John.
Really?
Or every time they called Maddie's name, they called him John Burke. Yeah, so your brother toyed with the game last week. Every single time they called him John Burke. Your brother was here playing. Hey, Jorge! We commentated.
Amy, how was the concert on Friday?
That's good.
I seen
where you
Nelly
going?
a few years ago when he were with on the block at TLC. And
Yeah.
He said it was bad here and I couldn't see him.
You know, Chinky was a little better than the
yeah. See the one that's like right now.
Yeah. And he actually did the concert by himself. Nelly was constantly out there because he can't do it. I guess. It was fun.
Jesse! Hey! Who are you? Jesse, who are you? Who are you? Hey! Yeah, well, we have different ones now. But this is one of the ones that came in wrong, so.
I seen your post this morning, and I seen the lady that was arguing about the stand.
Hey, who are you?
Thing with Amelia's dancing.
Show me who you are.
5 home games, and they need 4 volunteers per game. Who was the first half and the second half? Me and Trey's mom worked the second half on Friday night. And no one signed up for the other 3 remaining home games yet. And I was like, well, why should I have to do it twice if someone didn't even do it once? Like, you don't think I want to, and how busy we are at that candy stand, I didn't even see Amelia.
Unless you want to touch you on YouTube?
Well, that's the thing. Last year, I didn't get out from the stand at all. And again, I'm stuck in the stand because nobody showed up yesterday. Thank God a couple of my cheerleading moms came over. And
So when the ones that volunteered didn't show up.
yeah, we have one that came and said, oh, I can't stay because my family's coming in from out of town. Left. So we had one person at one time. It was me, another lady, and one other lady. But then the other lady came out to get her kid ready, so it was just me and another lady running all 3 stands in the thing. She's at the gate. When Nikki asked the pay, it was just ridiculous. And then they did the most. And yet they don't want it. You know,
I mean, are these the same people who come to the games and are in the stands, or they just don't even show up?
Some didn't even show up to the game. Their kids were here, but not them.
Well, you're their babysitter, you know?
Yeah.
Well, they're going to see when their kids
Shocking
sit.
babysitter. Well, yeah, we're going to babysit them. We're going to be right where we could see them.
Right alongside of that damn stand. That's where we probably are.
That's right. Oh, yeah, I can see. Jason! Where's Jason? Jason is somewhere over there. Jason has number 5, Mama. Alright, yep, no, that's 35.
Oh, Jackie, when you have these clothes, I actually have, I know your rolls are too small yet, but I have a bunch of mailing and stuff. You know, and she orders from that.
Yeah. That teen is popular. I took Jason to go clothes shopping. He didn't buy not one thing. He goes, I'll just order off the teen.
Yeah, but it's good for us to cheap.
Yeah, yeah. But he bought nothing for school.
Yeah.
He didn't get nothing new for school except the bottle of clothes. Oh.
Yes, and Jason said, well, I don't know why we're going to go. And Marcus said, well, just tell her you ordered everything.
No, he didn't. Well, we did go looking for sneakers. He didn't even see sneakers he wanted.
So Matthew, I think this got, well, see, last year was crazy how he got a lot. So he didn't really, and his kids didn't really grow. So I think he just got new Air Forces, the white ones. They have to get those every year because they get the delivery.
Yeah. Where's Angela gone?
She goes to that the tech school, that one in and then Aiden, Travis' son, I think he's yeah. He's so
I saw it the last party got really cold.
Your water off the front.
If you need a cane instead.
I know.
Mom, can I get?
Actually, you know what? Probably
Hi, Nikki. My mother wasn't allowed to crawl on the floor and up and down the steps.
I literally just read it all this morning.
Yep, there he is. Hi. Well, I'm down. Jacob, did you take the bag?
What you need?
Is my phone in there?
John
Darling's on my phone? Jerk. Oh my daughter. Stop. I will listen to you. One more. You should be alone. Hey, stop, baby.
3.5. All right, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Harmon Geist Stadium. Labor Day edition here, 9th grade freshman football. Hazleton area taking on the Wallenpaupack. We'll call them the Little Buckhorns, Coach.
That sounds good.
The freshman team here. And last year, 1 year ago today, we were here for Labor Day football. So anything that happens more than once, I guess, is an event, Coach.
Or a tradition,
and then
yeah.
After 2 times, it'll be called a tradition.
Okay.
And then it'll be just known that every Labor Day we are here at Harmon Geist in the morning. So as we're almost going to hit the noon hour, so it's still morning time here. Yeah. Breakfast and football in your bathrobe. You know, they do it like across the pond.
I'm speechless already. We're not even 2 minutes in.
It doesn't take long for you to be speechless. Hey, Coach, let's talk a little bit about the game Friday night here. As the Bighorns, the big Buckhorns came in. And
yeah, I was going to say, there was not a thing little about those Buckhorns Friday night.
No, and what a tale of 2 halves as Hazleton area fell to Wallenpaupack by a score of 28-21. They got off to a 14-3 lead, and, you know, they were doubling them in time of possession and maybe tripling them. And also, you know, in yardage at the half, Hazleton area was way ahead. But the second half, you know, the big linemen took over and they controlled the clock. And a 28-21 victory. And, you know, you and I talked off the air, and you felt, same as I do, the turning point to that game was the 2-point conversion there. And that tied the game at 14. And Hazleton was playing catch-up ever since because Wallenpaupack got the lead and never relinquished it.
Yeah, you know, you use that slogan and you hear dying a slow death. And I don't think anything could be more accurate than that statement Friday night, because it wasn't as if Wallenpaupack just all of a sudden went bang, 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 bang. You could see Hazleton, particularly their defensive front, their front 7, front 8, begin to show the effects of having to be leaned on by that offensive line, which I will not mention sizes again because I know I did it 3 or 4 times, probably ad nauseum for the Hazleton listeners. But I really wanted to make a point at just how big and physical that line was, at least here on Friday night. Now, I don't know what they'll do the rest of the year, but Friday night they looked like a formidable offensive and defensive front.
Yeah, we talked about Hazleton, a young team. Like I said, you know, they lost, 19 players last year, and you're going to go through growing pains. But, you know, Coach Bookman has the ship pointed in the right direction. We saw them out here before the game here, warming up. A very intense practice for Labor Day. You know, a lot of hooting and hollering and, you know, getting things in order for Friday night when they take on North Pocono.
Well, what are your choices, right? You lost the game. You probably, I mean, it's not like they were hideous.
No, not at all.
You know, in terms of giving things away, but you lost the game, so now you learn from it. You've got to be, you've got to let things go quickly. And the great thing about athletics is Friday night they'll be at North Pocono, and they'll get a chance to win another game.
Yeah, North Pocono won 10-9. I believe the score was in there, so I do like Hazleton area's chances. How hard is it for a young team as Hazleton area going on the road for their first game?
Well, you know, there's good and bad to it. Sometimes it's a good thing to get away from being at home and under so much scrutiny and to get to a different place. But I think with the coaching staff, with Dennis and his attention to detail, I don't think it's as big of a deal because every T will be crossed and every I will be dotted. Sometimes when teams go on the road and the organization is not as detailed, it can be quite an adventure, especially with young kids. But he'll have them focused.
All right, we're set to get underway here. Hazleton area has won the toss, and they will receive the ball. And we were here about a week ago, Coach, and Hazleton area, the freshman team played Scranton Prep. Scranton Prep came out victorious, but we saw a lot of good things in that ball game last week.
We did. A lot of talent. We talked about the kids coming up for Hazleton and their potential. But remember, potential doesn't mean a whole lot if it doesn't get put into fruition.
Absolutely.
And as we talked to Coach Deal Friday night, you know, he basically affirmed what the goals of the freshman program are. And, you know, to learn, to get better, to improve, to keep the kids out.
Absolutely a gorgeous morning here. Labor Day at Harmon Guy Stadium. Temperature already, Coach, into the 80s, and we were down on the turf before kickoff, and you could just feel the heat coming off the turf.
Yeah, and it's going to get worse. A little heat wave coming through the entire area, I believe, today in through Thursday. Should be gone for Friday.
That sounds good. I got some wrestling coming up this weekend on Saturday, so we want to make sure that it's nice and cool for that day.
And we will not be bringing the game this Friday as it is away at North Pocono, so we want to wish the varsity Cougars.
But you and I should be on another station for the next Friday. We should be down in Central PA. The way all things look, we were pointing towards a Southern Columbia Loyal Sock game on Friday night. And we should be back here on Monday, the 11th, for first JV game of the year home.
Let's hope.
Yeah, a lot of the parents are excited. They said they can't wait to rebroadcast the JV game. I said, well, when they're home, we will. Actually, Hazleton won the toss, and they deferred. And that is fielded by one of the upbacks there for
Mike Annunziata. Sorry to interrupt you, Paul. Wonderful name. Wonderful name. Mike Annunziata, who you're going to see him in a bunch of different roles today. Kick returner,
Nick.
Field goal, extra point, punter.
Yeah, he's going to be doing a lot. I'm just going to refer to him as Nick, is the way it looks. All right, it's going to be first down and 10, ball at the 31-yard line as we are set to go underway. 8-minute quarters here, freshman football. And Coach's son, Ryan Vargo, leads them out of the huddle.
Again, another class act. Wallenpaupack coaches have been awesome to us.
Vargo hands off ball, bobble ball on the turf, and it looks like the Cougars have it.
Yeah, it was Jeff Klickus that couldn't come up with the handle of the ball, and right away we see a big turnover. Scott Mooney falling on it and picking it up for the young Cougars. And
yeah, we called his name quite a bit the other day, Coach, as he was all around the ball.
Yep, they will set up shop in great position.
Turnover, and the ball is going to be at the 31-yard line for the Cougars.
And you can expect anything today in these morning games. It was funny when I walked in. I looked at Coach Deal. I said, "How are the Cougars?" He looked right back at me. He said, "Tired." So, and I believe school's starting on Tuesday,
Tomorrow.
correct?
Yep, ball is going to be at the 26-yard line. And J.J. Latiqua will lead them out. Backs in an I formation. And Burke is going to dot the I. And there's a handoff to Burke, 20, 15. Sidesteps a man still on his feet. Down the sidelines goes John Burke. And he's knocked out. Coach, looks like about the 6-yard line on the far side.
Yeah, well done by the Cougars up front. An off-tackle blast play. And Burke did a nice job following his lead block.
And they're going to mark it right at the 5-yard line. Going to be first to goal early for the Cougars here. 7:44 to go in the first quarter. No score. Wallenpaupack fumbled on their first possession. Scott Mooney alertly falls on the ball. And the Cougars cooking with gas here as they are set up at the Buckhorn 5-yard line. JJ is going to be from the shotgun to his right is Burke. He's going to call his own number, running right, trying to get to the end. Patiently waiting, cuts it up, and into the end zone he goes from 5 yards out. J.J. Latiqua picking up right where he left off last week. He threw for a touchdown, ran for one, and he has one already with 7:37 to go in the first quarter. 6-0 Cougars. And we'll see if they're going to kick this or go for two, Coach.
I think it's going to look like a 2-point conversion. Yeah. And I'd come right back to the same play as they were able to procure the corner with ease.
Three receivers set for the Cougars. From the gun, back to pass, looks, throws, passes, cut for the 2-point conversion by number 11, Brett Swanconyer. And just like that, Coach, it's 8-0. Nothing fancy about that play, just quick turnaround, throw it to the corner, and he was wide open. Cougars going to kick off now. Will be Mark Zellen kicking off for the Cougars, number 8. And back deep for the Buckhorns, we see number 7, Cade Pittenger. And number 17, Bryce Pagano. Nice kick. Bounces. Pagano gives chase. Now ball is dropped by Pittenger back at the 7-yard line. So once again, Cougars defense, special teams, playing really well here the opening minutes of the game.
Well, another miscue for Wallenpaupack, and they're certainly not off to a good start. They're going to have to shake the cobwebs off fairly quickly if they're going to stay in the ball game. It's got the makings of an auspicious start for sure if you're wearing purple.
Absolutely. Ball at the 8-yard line, first down and 10, 7:37 to go, opening quarter. Cougars leading 8-0. Fargo, a little play action, rolling, looks, throws to Wilczewski out of the backfield, incomplete. Almost picked off.
Jose Lopez came flying up from his corner position, played that extremely well. It looked like it was going to be open early off the waggle action, but Lopez closed the door, denied. Second down.
Yeah, he was open for a minute coming out of the backfield. Second down and 10 now, ball still on the 8-yard line.
We commented in the game against Scranton Prep about the speed and quickness that he possesses.
Wilczewski and Klickus in at tailback. 2 receivers set. And a handoff, Klickus again, picking his way across the 10-yard line, tackled by a whole host of Cougars.
And several of them get up off the pile.
It'll be third down and long, Coach, 3rd and 8.
Big third down here.
Yeah, absolutely. 2 tight ends set here for the Buckhorns. The handoff, Klickus running wide, trying to get to the corner, being chased down and maybe gained 2 yards on the play, if that. Good pursuit by the Cougar defense.
Yeah, I'm counting 7 to 8 red jerseys that got up from the vicinity. So excellent lateral pursuit by the young Cougar D. And that's going to bring up a 4th down, and it's going to force Wallenpaupack to punt. Nick Annunziata will be taking care of those duties for the Buckhorns.
Rodriguez back deep for the Cougars. Number 96. Snap. Here's the kick. Fielded by Rodriguez at the 35, down the sidelines to the 30, 25, and ended there, upended at the 20-yard line. So once again, a short field for the Cougars with 5:47 to go in the first quarter, leading 8-0.
Well, if you're a Cougar fan, you have to like the way the game started off. I like what Rodriguez did there. He got the ball, didn't waste any time, made one cut, got north and south around the end, got upfield and got positive yardage.
Nose of the ball right at the 20-yard line. It'll be first down and 10 for the Cougars. Lopez and Swanconyer had wide receiver now. late substitution coming into the ball game, number 18. And that going to be a legal substitution, Coach?
It is. It should be at least. What they're going to call offsides on the Buckhorns. Again, if you're watching, sometimes for freshman games, particularly early in the year, the officials will be a little bit more forgiving on certain calls. Let's just say they'll overlook a couple.
We'll have to get number 18's name. That we apologize, we do not have it. I'm making a list of. With freshman teams, sometimes you get people adding on to the team. They come late and they're not on the updated roster. So we'll make notes of the names we don't have, and we will have them for next game, we promise here. 3 wide here for the Cougars. Latiqua back to pass. Looking, throws deep out in the end zone for Lopez. Nice defense by Klickus there as he batted it away. Lopez simply, Coach, ran out of room there.
He did, and again, it looked initially as if he could come down with that ball, but Klickus did an outstanding job of turning at the last minute and knocking that pass away from Lantigua. And I think, for a coaching point, they would put a little bit more air under that, but it was in a tight spot. It was right in the corner of the end zone. Still, no harm, no foul, really, as Hazleton probably has 2 more downs here, or 3 more downs, second, third, and fourth, to pick up the first down.
Second down and 5 now, ball at the 16-yard line. 2 receivers to the top of your screen. And Lantigua's going to take this one under center. Handoff up the middle.
Yeah, huge hole on their power play. That's one of the base plays that Hazleton runs, and I believe that was Dante Tate, number 25,
Yep.
I believe.
I just had to check my roster. Yep, Dante Tate. Nice run for a first down. We didn't see him carry the ball at all last game.
Nope. And that's a good sign. The more the merrier. More depth never hurts, PB.
It's going to be first down and goal. Ball at the 9-yard line. Halfway through the first quarter. Cougars looking for more. They got Lopez, bottom of your screen. Watch him again. They like to throw the jump ball in the end zone. Flanker screen. Swan Conyer at the 10. Wiggles his way, and he is down at the 1-yard line as they mark him down, Coach.
Boy, he's elusive. He did a nice job. He knows what to do when he catches the ball. JJ put it right on his hands, and they run that, what's called a now or a bubble screen, which, again, the terminology changes, but it's a one-step, ball's out now as they're reading where the outside linebacker's playing, and did a nice job.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, he had a nice game the other day against Scranton Prep. I believe he had 3 receptions in that ball game. 1-yard line now. West in the tailback with Tate. Offset JJ under center. Oh, nice counter give into the end zone goes West. Coach, we've seen that play so many times.
We have over and over and over, and I've heard about it.
And that's your version. You said it always say it's off the wing tee, correct?
It's off the wing tee.
No counter give.
No counter give. No such play.
Good job, Marcus!
I think, at some point you're going to have to come clean and tell these people the story behind this. I don't know how many are listening on Labor Day, but at some point they're going to figure out.
When Coach was coaching, they used to call a counter give. And I always ask him, what is a counter give? And the play actually does not exist. So it's a kind of an inside joke between all of us. When they run that play, we call it counter give. And they're going to go for 2 again. See if they go the other way. Back set up the same way, just reverse. But this time a handoff to Tate, and he's in for the 2-point conversion. Dante Tate put his head down, and he is in 16-0 Cougars. Hey, let's take a break, Coach. 3:46 to go in the first. We'll be back. Happy Labor Day, everybody. right, welcome back. Cougars up 16-0. Kick fielded through the hands again, and Fagnano chases it down at the 15, up to 20, up the sidelines, has some room, and up close to the 30-yard line. Good return by Bryce Pagano.
And he made something out of nothing for the third straight start of a potential possession. Wallenpaupack has trouble handling the football. This time they were able to get themselves out of it and start with some decent field position.
Coach, there's been 5 possessions already, 3:38 in the first quarter. Friday night, we didn't have 5 possessions at the half.
No. No, we commented on that. Again, I still can't remember having coached or been in a game until previously Friday night that happened. And there weren't much more in the second half.
No. Two-back set from the shotgun goes Vargo. Low snap, picks it up. Around the end he goes, turns it up, and a big hit there, Coach. Didn't see the number there. Looks like number 2.
It is Carlos.
And that is Lopez.
And we saw JJ bring the house the first week. He got his bell rung a little bit. Good to see that he's back in the game. But, boy, when you have secondary players that are willing to come up and hit, that's always a plus.
2nd down and 7 now. Ball at the 33-yard line. 3:05 to go in the first quarter. Thanks for spending the early part of your Labor Day with us here. Paul Ball alongside the coach, Rich Salonis, high above Harmon Guy Stadium in our usual spot, right at the 50-yard line. 2nd down and 7. Vargo's going to go from the gun now, back in motion. Under pressure, Vargo puts it on his hip, trying to get to the outside. Down he goes.
Yeah, he had nowhere to go. He was corralled immediately by a Myas Ocasio, either one for the Cougars.
Backup quarterback, too.
Well, he didn't look it there.
Oh, no, he hung on. We had a little Canadian rules football there. It looked like the back turned upfield a little quicker than the ball was snapped.
He did, and perfect example of one of those things where the officials looked the other way a little bit with the freshman game. So the Buckhorns will snap this, Paul, with under 2 minutes left in the first quarter.
Yep, 3rd down and 12 now. Ball back to the 28-yard line. Handoff coming to the left side. Into the game is Tyler Preston, his first carry of the ball game.
And another nice initial hit by Lopez, but he didn't wrap his arms. And a good job by Preston running through that potential tackle. But Antigua and several other Cougars were there to quell that disturbance, and the Buckhorns are going to have another 4th down.
I think they're going to go for this one, Coach. 4th down and 4.
I would not.
Now they're back in punting formation. They're going to kick it away again.
I just feel the last thing you want to do is give Hazleton a potential short field again, because they really haven't been stopped.
Little confusion here. Nunziata back to kick it away. And Lantigua back deep for the Cougars. Off the side of his foot. And that's going to stop I think it's going to be right around midfield, Coach.
You got an eagle eye, Paul. It's exactly at
right
midfield.
Right on the stripe. 1:35 to go in the first quarter. Cougars getting the ball back, up 16-0 already.
We saw the varsity Cougars on the field earlier this morning, going through some game prep for the North Pocono Trojans, who they will be playing Friday night. I believe North Pocono is 1-1. They had a little bit of a tussle with Western Wayne, who's not normally known as an offensive juggernaut. I believe it was at 10-9.
10-9, correct, yep. All right, 1st and 10 for the Cougars. 3 receivers set for the Cougars. Antigua straight drop. Flips the ball. Looks over the middle. Down the sidelines. Got Lopez and overshot him. Coach, that's 3 times in 3 games that he's come free. And they are almost on the same page. They're just maybe 2 pages off.
Yeah, you saw the arm strength by JJ and you saw the speed by Jose, but they just can't seem to get it to mesh. But they will.
45 yards that ball went in the air.
And again, correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't both of them 8th graders?
Both are 8th graders, correct. Well, on first down, it's a good shot to take.
Absolutely.
2nd down and 10. Ball right at midfield, 1:29 to go in the first quarter. Antigua back to pass and still trying to fight there. Wait, a long whistle there. I thought they'd blow the whistle a lot sooner, but he was still moving. He's going to be sacked back to the 40-yard line.
Tyler Preston in on that sack, Paul.
He's coming up limping, Coach. Zamudio coming into the game for the Cougars. It's going to be 3rd down and long here.
Yep, under a minute to go in the first quarter.
Jaden Maynard, the tight end, also checking in. See if they spread the field here. Nope. High snap. Antigua pulls it down, trying to get to the corner. Stiff arm at the 40. Sides at 45, and that's as far as he will get. 46, and Cougars will probably punt this away to start the second quarter.
A host of Buckhorns flew to the ball.
And Wallenpaupack needed a defensive stand there.
Absolutely. I mean, things have not gone their way.
And that's going to be the end of one quarter here at Harmon Guy Stadium. Hazleton area 16, Wallenpaupack nothing. We'll be back for quarter number 2. All right, welcome back. 1 quarter in the books here, just starting the second quarter. Hazleton area will have a 4th and 14 from their own 46-yard line.
If this were under 10 yards, I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Deal would have gone for it. Or they did punt. No, they are punting.
They're going to punt it away,
yeah. Thought I was seeing the right things.
Antigua back to punt.
A little bit too far to go for it here.
Pittenger back deep along with Pagano. Kick high, end over end, short kick. And that'll go out of bounds at the 40. And that's where the Buckhorns
slowly but surely flipping the field.
Yep, we'll take over their fourth possession here of the half.
I do not believe that the Buckhorns have gotten a first down yet.
They have not.
Well, now's the time, and then obviously if you're the Cougars, you want to keep them on their side of the field.
All right, first down and 10. Ball at the 40-yard line. Have some alignment problems here for the Horns. And Vargo from the shotgun. Big hit there as he went to hand it off to Preston. Coach, that was the bread and butter play on Friday night.
It was, and guess who it is? Scott Mooney again, I believe. Knifing in there to make the tackle. I believe I saw 72. Yep.
Yeah, he's all over the field.
Well, the Bucks had some offensive line issues to start that play. They initially looked like they were lining up in an unbalanced formation. Then the tackle came over to where he should be, and it was all downhill from there.
Vargo under center, backs in an eye. Preston dots the I. And a play action, rolling, throws out of the backfield. Pass is caught by Wilczewski. And a gain of about 8 yards on the play. And it's going to be third down and about 6, Coach.
Yeah, Vargo hit Wilczewski, and they ran that play right at the beginning of the game as well, and Lopez came up and made the play. It looked like Preston would be open again, or Wilczewski would be open earlier. This time they did hit it, and that's a waggle play, and they run that well, and that is a wing T play, by the way, Paul Bowe.
Two receivers set. Vargo under center. Backs in an eye. Ball at the 45-yard line. Ball on the turf again, and I think Hazleton area has it. Let's see who's come up with it, Coach.
It's number 5.
Jason Zamudio.
Zamudio.
He was a member of my Little League team, Coach.
You told me that last week on the way to the...
Yeah, Jason was a good kid. Is a good kid.
To Harmon Geist. On the way we were going through some of the names. Of course, there isn't anybody in this town you don't know.
I don't know about that.
Or vice versa, they know you.
Good and bad, right?
I haven't heard any bad yet, to be honest. Hey, another golden opportunity for Hazleton.
Yeah, ball at the 43-yard line, first and 10. 6:22 to go in the half. Cougars already leading 16-0. Backs in an I formation again. And that's Burke in that tailback, and the handoff to Burke. Trying to get to the outside. Had a hole, but carrying tacklers with him now down to the 40. Coach, that opened up, then it closed, then it opened up again, and then he made it all second effort.
Correct. It was initially supposed to go inside. It was a straight isolation play to follow the fullback. There was nothing there, and he jumped to the outside and had a little bit of daylight, and then the Buckhorns, led by Tyler Preston, got there in a hurry and rallied to the ball. I'll tell you what, both of these teams for freshman teams, they run to the ball very well. We're seeing a lot of defenses rally and get jerseys to the point of attack, and that's a good thing to see if you're a coach of the varsity. You want to see kids that hustle and play hard.
Second down and 7, 3 receivers set. Latigua from the shotgun here. High snap again. Looking deep. Going for Lopez again, and he's got it, and this time he holds on to it down at the 3-yard line.
A well-designed play by the Cougars as they JJ pump faked that little bubble screen and had a great amount of time afforded to him by the offensive line and hit Lopez on a post. This time they do connect, and they're knocking at the door again early on in the second quarter.
Ball's at the 2-yard line. Five minutes, 15 seconds to go in the half. Tate in at tailback. Antigua from the gun in motion. Goes Lopez. JJ keeps it himself and in for the 2-point or the touchdown from 2 yards out. And Coach, 22-0 here.
Indeed. Just a simple quarterback read. And he walked into the end zone. Well executed up front by the Cougars.
Two-point conversion attempted. They're going to go 3 wideouts here. Tate the setback to the right. In motion is Lopez. And he takes it and in he goes for the 2-point conversion. I couldn't see, Coach, was that a direct snap to him?
No, I believe it was a little. If it was, they timed it perfectly. I thought it looked like a sweep.
Yeah, I couldn't see it from here if he handed it or it was direct. So, hey, let's take a break. 24-0. Cougars, 4:41 to go in the half. All right, welcome back. Cougars up 24-0 here. 4:41 to go in the second quarter. And Zellen's going to kick it away again. Fallen on by Wilczewski.
The Buckhorns have had some issues today with their kick game.
They'll take over at the 26-yard line, and they need a good drive here to close out the half.
They do. They, it would be nice to see them get a couple first downs. Their best play so far has been the waggle, where they did complete it once and should have completed it the first time they threw it, but they haven't been able to get anything going on the ground.
No.
Hazleton's defense has snuffed out everything they've attempted to do so far.
Vargo under center. Handoff and fumble again. On the turf, alertly falling on it is number 2. And we don't have the young man's name, number 2, Coach?
Nope. And Tyler Preston's going to jog back on. The running back, I think he may have had a helmet issue or something on that first down.
Yeah, you can see him fiddling with his chin strap there.
So exactly what Wallenpaupack did not need is to be set behind the sticks quite a ways again. So what have we got, Paul? 2nd and
17.
Well, that's tough. Tough call for a coordinator.
There we go. Up the middle goes Preston.
Gomez Martinez amongst the list of other Cougars. I don't think we haven't seen a whole lot of single tackles today,
No.
inside at least. Obviously, when they're throwing passes to the outside, we've seen Carlos come up a couple times, but inside, there's been 3 or 4 hats to the football every time Wallenpaupack has attempted to run.
3rd down and long, 3rd and 17, 3 minutes to go here in the half. Backs in an I formation, 2 receivers set. Play action rolling out is Vargo. And he is going to keep it, turns his head up and gets back to about the original line of scrimmage. It's going to be 4th down and 10 coaches. We're about 2 minutes and 40 seconds away from the half.
And the final choice on the waggle play, which they ran it again, is for the quarterback to keep if he's not happy with the fullback in the flat or the deep corner by the split end, which he wasn't. So he kept the ball. He had a nice gain. They just needed too many yards for the first down.
Yeah, he gained 8 on the play. 4th down and 9. High snap. Gets it down and a nice kick. And takes a Buckhorn bounce. And that's touched by a Cougar, and that was Rodriguez. Coach, I hear you yelling from up here, get away from it.
Yeah, they were yelling, get away from it. They do that all the time, but sometimes when you're a young player, you don't want to do anything wrong and you want to, impress the coaches and do right. And sometimes the best thing is to just get away from the football.
Coach, that's going to go down over 50 yards as a kick.
Yeah.
As a punt. That was a great kick.
And
What a bounce.
And Wallenpaupack needed that to flip the field as best as they could, and still enough time.
50-yard kick right in the nose.
Still enough time for Hazleton here with their big play capabilities and their speed on the outside to get another one into the end zone. We'll see what Coach Deal opts to do.
First down and 10, ball at the 28, 1:58 to go in the half. Nearly perfect half for the Cougars. Go 2 receivers to the top of your screen. Lone setback is Tate. Handoff to Tate. Bouncing to the outside. Nice tackle there by number 7, Coach. Pittenger, he came up from the safety spot and delivered the boom.
Yeah, he and Quickus were both there in the area of attack. But a nice power scheme by the Cougars to get the yards. And the back actually beat the pulling guard to the defensive end.
1:41 to go, clock moving. First down and 10, ball out to now the 38-yard line. Same formation, Latigo under center. And now a pitch the other way. Tate trying to get to the corner. He does. 40, 45, 50. Down the sidelines he goes and tackled this time by Pagano in Buckhorn territory about the 43-yard line, Coach.
Yeah, nice job getting the corner. And once he got his shoulder pads north and south, was able to pick up a nice gain for the Cougars, who are on the march yet again in this first half.
1:07 to go. Clock will start under official signal. First down and 10. I think under center. Steps up, twists. Still has it on his hip. Gets to the corner. And there's a flag there. That's coming back. And he's going to go into the end zone.
Yeah, unfortunately they're going to get Brent Swan Conyers for an illegal block. 5 years ago, that would have been legal, but a blindside block. He didn't see him coming, and it's going to take a couple more years for players to not want to make that block because they've seen it for so many years. Be legal, but in efforts to make safety a priority at all levels.
They're going to move that back, and that's going to take away a long run, Coach.
Correct.
I was just watching the officials down there as they were talking to the Hazleton area coaches.
Like I said, 5-6 years ago, that's not a penalty, but they have to call it now.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and it wasn't a dirty block.
No,
it wasn't,
not at all.
It was an illegal block based on the new set of rules. And you see here's some of the old school fans down here, have a hard time understanding that, as do I. I mean, I grew up in the area where that would be a great block, but you can't do it anymore.
3 wide. Lantigua back to pass. Has time. Pressure breaks down, and there he goes down the sidelines, takes off, sidesteps a man, and he's down to about the 18-yard line. Good piece of running there.
Yeah, Hazleton's going to call a timeout. What I like there, Paul, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. I was just saying 39 seconds to go here in the half, and they're going to use one.
He did a nice job of accelerating, decelerating, set up a couple blocks, and had good field awareness.
Very patient running.
Yep.
And we've seen that before. Hey, let's take a break. Our last 1.5. 39 seconds to go. Cougars up 24-0. They're at the door looking for more.
You dropped your banana. Pick it up. Find the garbage.
All right, welcome back here to Harmon, guys. 24-0, Cougars leading. And looking to push one in, Coach, with 39.5 seconds to go here before the half. They'll have 1st and 10. Ball is at the 19-yard line. And Latigua from the gun here. 3 receivers.
We're going to
We're getting offsides here.
getting an alignment penalty on the Buckhorns.
Where was he last week? Oh, he's actually calling you. Yeah.
1st down and 5 now. Ball at the 14-yard line. 3 receivers set for the Cougars. Latigua from the shotgun. West to the right, and he has Berg to the left. Back to pass, looks, pumps, throws, corner to the end zone. Looking for Lopez, got it! For the touchdown. Coach, he just went up and took it away from the defender.
He did.
And a huge size advantage there in the end zone, and Lopez made him pay for that one as he went up and snagged another. Cougars on the board again, Coach. They'll go for two here again. From the gun, pitches over to Burke. Burke sidesteps a man, and he is into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. Timeout in the field. Hazleton area 32. Wallenpaupack nothing. We'll be back. Final 31 seconds of the half. All right, welcome back here. 31 seconds to go in the half. It's been all Cougars here, 32-0. Zellin will kick it off in the high and bobbled again. Field this time by Pagnano. Pagnano trying to get around the corner and does 40-45 and steps out probably around the 46-yard line. It looks like they're marking it 49-yard line. Oh, they're going to move back to the 45.
I believe the trailing official was the one there that saw him step out of bounds,
Yep.
Mr. Bowe. Well, not much time left, but the best field position that Wallenpaupack has had in this first half.
Yeah, and the special teams have been a house of horrors here for the Buckhorns.
They haven't fielded a
No.
kick cleanly, not one of them today. And again, in freshman ball, you don't really know how much time they've had to work on it.
Sure,
Yet.
it happens. .22 seconds to go. Back to pass is Vargo, and he is under pressure. Turns it the other way. Turns it upfield. It's going to make a positive out of there and a first down. And a flag flies in there. I think we got a face mask, Coach.
No.
No?
I hate to disagree with Paul, but number 28, you would appreciate this. You were looking downfield. A WWE move on the corner, literally bear hugged the Cougar and threw him to the ground. So that's going to come back. And he knew it as soon as he did it. He just sort of shook his head and pointed to his chest. Tyler Preston was unfortunately the guilty Buckhorn there, which is going to negate.
Oh, a nice run. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, Vargo made the best of nothing there. He had nowhere to go and kept his head up. Was able to escape the pressure and get a gain, but it was negated. Sometimes when it rains, it pours.
Yeah, the Buckhorns, for the most part, they've been behind the sticks the whole first half, trying to get this playoff here with 3 seconds, and Vargo does. Handoff to Preston. Preston bobbles it and falls on it, and for the Buckhorns, they'll be happy to see the clock at zeros here for the first half. We're at the half here at Harmon Guy Stadium. Hazleton area leads it 32-0 at the half. We'll be back here in a little bit with the second half and some scoring summaries. Don't go anywhere.
the other team though looking at them.
But then we take one to play.
Yeah.
Nothing. I just find those kids that are wrong.
He has something out with aggressive bowling on. I'm like, what makes you mad? What makes you mad? This guy said to me, well, whatever it is, have no effort. They're taking it away from you. Here's what you drink. Where? What do I have? High five.
I'm gonna sell these before I leave because I don't want to carry them in my purse.
What is it? Whoa. Ice popcorn. Ice popcorn. I'm not gonna get $20. Not fair. I already got a check. Not fair. Watch Jacob. Next time I get a check, I get maybe, and I hope I do that. Send the bug on you! Look, come on! Look how friendly he's getting.
I know, right? All right, welcome back here to Hazleton area. And yes, there was a wiffle ball game, Coach. If people are listening here and they can hear us talking about the wiffle ball game. Coach, do you want me to tell you about it?
Why not?
I went yard. Haven't played in how many years, and guess what?
What?
The big lefty came up. 0-2 pitch, swung on, driven deep to right field, way back at the track, and that dog will hunt, Coach.
Haven't lost anything?
Nope, absolutely. I didn't run the bases, though. I made my my niece run the bases. Anyway, here, Hazleton area, you talk about running the bases here. 32-0. Coach, take us through the scoring summary. No shortage of scores for the Cougars.
No, 7:37 of the first quarter. J.J. Lantigua on a 5-yard rush. 2-point conversion. Lantigua to Swan Conyers was good. Hazleton led 8-0. And then later on with 3:46 to go in the first quarter, a 1-yard run by Marcus West. 2-point conversion by Dante Tate was good. And the Cougars led by 2 scores.
Second quarter, 4:41 to go. Antigua, a 2-yard run, 2-point conversion to Lopez made it 24-0 as the Roadrunner rears its head again. So is that your text messages?
Well, if you want to know the truth, it's your people texting, talking about your
I just like the Roadrunner,
so.
my wiffle ball comments. And 31 seconds ago, Antigua, a 14-yard pass to Lopez and a 2-point conversion. Burke on the rush. That's where we stand here at 32-0. Just tell them anytime they're welcome to come down. I'll take them yard too. So, Coach, 32-0.
Yep, it's your. You got people listening all over the place to you, Paul Bowe. Unbelievable.
Yeah, that's how it is. Hey, Cougars offense impressive in the first half, very much so. For Wallenpaupack, and they just hadn't had good field position, and the kicking game, Coach, the special teams just has not played very well at all. And like you said, in freshman football, you don't get to work on that a lot.
You don't, and sometimes these things happen, and you know, we can cover freshman football till the end of time, and it's like Forrest Gump says, it's a box of chocolates. You don't know what you're going to get. You really don't, because they're still young kids, and you know, I know Coach Vargo was extremely pleased to know this was going to be on YouTube today and live streamed, because he'll use it as a teaching tool. He said he could keep an extra coach on the field now. They didn't have to do filming, but I'm sure there's things they're going to point out. But they've been their own worst enemy in the kicking game, as they haven't fielded one cleanly yet. And it's just been very hard for them to get anything going. They did have a good run by the quarterback. Vargo did make something out of nothing, and then it comes back because of a blatant hold. So you strap it up. You forget about the first quarter if you're Wallenpaupack, and you try to improve. And if you're Hazleton, you forget about the first half.
Ocasio warming up here on the sidelines for Hazel. I think we're going to see some of him in the second half.
Yep.
With a 32-0 lead. And I believe Hazel area is getting the ball.
Yep, and you beat me to it. Get some different kids in. Let them get some reps now, because the game's pretty much well in hand.
Yeah, with 8-minute quarters, that's a lot to make up. And we're set to get underway here. A lot of umbrellas out here on a hot, steamy day.
Yep. Glad I'm up here, to be honest.
It's actually not too bad up here. We got a nice breeze going, and we do miss the Duke today. Our stat man working today. The shoot job. He's not here doing our stats. The Duke should be back for the 9/11 game next Monday. He will be off. So we'll get him here for the JV game, and he did a great job at stats. Shout out to the Duke.
Yeah, we'll get our first look at the Cougar JV team.
Yeah, I'm anxious to see them. I know they had a big win against Pittston, and they're up today in Wallenpaupack, so they had their first 2 games away. And, you know, we had a good time last year with the JV games, and I said this a million times, you know, it made it easier transitioning to the varsity, seeing those kids from that level getting to play up now at that next level, and you know, you almost feel like you're a part of it with them.
Yeah, you could see the progression, obviously, on the field on Fridays for the kids that we got to cover. Even though it was only a couple of games last year, you know, you get to see them in then and now, and there's been an obvious progression. You can tell that they've worked at their craft.
Yeah, I'm very impressed varsity-wise from Austin Wilson, the growth from last year to this year, and you know, he had another really strong game. Like I said, for the Cougars on Friday night, it's just that they didn't have the ball much the second half.
Nope.
You know, we're set to get underway here with the second half. Nice kick. And that goes through the hands of Burke. And it's fielded by number 18 at the 15-yard line, and down he goes.
And we've got another flag down on this return, and now it's Hazleton's turn to have some mishaps within the kicking game, so we'll see what happens.
I think they're going to call block in the back here. Nice crowd here on the home side here for Labor Day.
Yeah, and actually not a bad crowd that's come down from Lake Wallenpaupack either.
Yeah, that's a far ride.
It is.
See the umbrella blew over across the stadium there?
They're currently experiencing technical issues.
They're going to be back to the 10-yard line.
As were the Cougars on that kickoff return. So we've got a new quarterback, Paul.
Amaya Ocasio. You know, we saw him play a little bit last week. Did a fine job.
Once they get past.
Probably see some backup running backs into the ball game also.
We are, as Logan Orfield comes in as a lineman.
Burke is going to stay in, I believe, at tailback. Cologne in at wide receiver. And Ocasio's going to call his own number. Burke, nice block out in front, got him the corner. Good block by John Burke there.
Yeah, well done. Had his face in front, made the necessary contact, allowed for a pickup of another 5 or 6 yards, and they'll move the sticks right off the bat.
Clock moving here, 7:34 to go in the third quarter. First down and 10 now, ball up to the 22-yard line. Ocasio under center. Lone setback is Burke. It's going to be a pitch that way to Tony. And John Burke, there he goes in the open field, tries to get to the corner and does. It's a foot race now, Coach. And Burke running away from defenders down to the 15-yard line.
Yep, I was back looking for flags. He made an outstanding cutback as he took that ball. Had nothing front side, great vision, cut it all the way back across the field, and then it became a foot race, and kudos to the Buckhorns for not quitting, but an outstanding run from scrimmage. He's going to take a play off here, and rightfully so. He's a little tuckered out.
Ball at the 15-yard line. Tate back in at tailback. There's a handoff to Tate up the middle, weaving his way down to about the 11. Good tackle by number 20.
Colton Wilczewski.
Colton just speared him there and took him right down in his tracks, but still got a gain of 4 yards. Second down and 6. Oh, a high snap. Bounced right back, and that's just kind of luck the Cougars have been having. And down he goes at the 25-yard line.
Tyler Preston was able to fall on top.
And that's about the first thing that's gone wrong for Hazleton area.
Correct. It really has. Other than a penalty or two, I mean, they've had their way here throughout the first half and a little bit of the third quarter.
Ball at the 24-yard line. Third down, and we'll call it about 18, Coach.
Yeah, long way to go. I thought Amias had some ideas where he wanted to go with that, but his feet went out from underneath him, and Tyler Preston was right there to meet him.
Two receivers to the top of your screen. They're going to take this one from under center. Hand off to Burke. He just pitched it, bounced right back up to him, and down to about the 17-yard line.
Yeah, Pittenger there to make the stop for the Buckhorns. And boy, if he didn't have a miscommunication there, he might have gotten a couple more yards. There was a nice hole.
Yeah, I think instead of handing it off, Ocasio pitched it to him, and it kind of hit him off the shoulder pad, but it bounced right back up to him. And fourth down and 13 now. Ball in the 18, 4:45 to go here in the third quarter. Hazel area just taking their time. Last thing you want to see happen at any point, at any level, is injuries here,
Correct.
especially in a 32-0 game.
Right.
Casio from the gun. Back to pass. Under pressure, looks, throws, corner to the end zone. Incomplete as he overshot number 18.
Yeah, they threw. That's the second time they threw that corner pattern.
Good defense, though, by the Buckhorns there. They were not fooled at all.
Antigua threw it early in the game and basically in the same spot, ran out of real estate. So a stop for the Buckhorns, Mr. Bowe.
Yep, and they will take over at the 18-yard line. First down and 10. See if they make any changes this half. You know, we've seen some signs here of the offense. A couple good runs by Vargo and a couple penalties. And like I said, the pass to Wachewski out of the backfield. But other than that, Hazleton area has just been all over everything.
Yeah.
And this offense for Wallenpaupack is a lot like the varsity team. They're not made really to throw the ball. They're more of a running team.
Correct.
Vargo now from the shotgun. In motion is Wilczewski. Nice pass over the middle. That's Pagano on the slant.
Yeah, wonderful combination pattern by the Buckhorns. As they brought a player in motion, and he turned up early again and ran to the flat, and they brought Pagano right in behind him on the slant.
Nice.
Vargo, yeah, nice concept. Vargo put the ball right on the money, and Buckhorns get their biggest gain of the day.
Yeah, and you can see that developing from up here. .335 to go. First down, ball at the 38-yard line. In motion is Preston. Back to pass. Vargo throws it off his back foot, and that could have been picked off. It's probably better off that he did throw it off his back foot if you're a Buckhorn fan, because it fell short.
Yeah,
Otherwise, there was two Hazleton D-backs right there. Sorry, Coach.
Well, that's all right. They were right there because he was forced to throw it off his back foot. Tremendous pressure by the Cougars. And you're really in a tough spot if you're a quarterback and you're dropping straight back because you don't want to take the loss. You probably don't have enough of an arm to throw it out of bounds.
Right. Pagano now bottom of your screen. Vargo under center. Handoff, that's Preston. Running to the right side, around the corner he goes. It's going to be a first down. He lowers his head, and the Buckhorns are out to close to midfield. Best possession of the game by far.
Correct.
And that'll be another first down.
And they've put back-to-back first downs together for the first time during the game.
I'm sure Coach Vargo will be happy with that, the 2 first downs, and there's no such thing as a 32-point play. So little victories here, put a drive together, get a couple touchdowns on the board, play a little defense, and get out of here feeling good about yourself.
Correct.
Pagano, bottom of your screen, play action rolling this way. Across his body, throws and could not get much on. That's a tough throw to make.
Yeah, they flipped it and ran that waggle play. That's the same play they've run a couple times before, and they've had success with it. But again, throwing it across his body while running almost parallel, if not backwards a little bit, extremely hard for anybody, let alone a freshman.
Plus, Mitch Chicalise was right in his face. 2:45 to go in the third quarter. Buckhorns looking at second down and 10, ball at the 49-yard line. Their deepest penetration of the game, Coach.
Correct. We'll see if they can cross midfield.
Me too, I didn't get nothing. I want something.
Motion is Kickus. Back to pass under pressure, throws, passes, caught. Kickus, and I can say a catch, but no gain on the play.
If anything, he lost a little bit.
Going to set up third down.
Once again, Vargo under pressure.
I didn't see what number that was, Coach, in his face.
I did not either. So I'm going to assume that Wallenpaupack will go for it here.
Yeah.
If they don't get the first down on third down, trailing 32-0.
Handoff. Preston. Cross midfield down to about the 43. Big hit again. This time by 98, Ian Rodriguez. Or excuse me. 98 is Andrew Lucarino. You let me pronounce that one, Coach? Lucarino?
Lucarino or Lucarino?
That was a big hit.
It was.
Regardless. 4th down and 3.
Coach Deal substituting liberally defensively, which is good to see. The players get some game experience.
Fargo rolling out little, and he is down, and that play was doomed from the start as the misdirection with the back as they almost ran into each other. And
they did.
He had a first down. If he could have got to the corner, he had a first down and more, but that messed everything up, lost his balance, and that'll be a turnover on downs with 55 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Cougars getting the ball back.
Well, as you said, small victories. They were able to sustain somewhat of a drive, get a couple first downs. And some new faces defensively in the game for the Buckhorns, particularly on the line of scrimmage.
Daniel Colon is in, I also see, just came in number 9 at wide receiver for the Cougars. And Burke is going to remain in at tailback. And it'll be a handoff to Burke again.
And that's a face mask. They're going to add 15 more yards to that run. So one of the things I think Coach Deal is going to work on with Amias is whether that's supposed to be a toss or a handoff. And I think we both know it's supposed to be a handoff. But again, this is why you get your youngsters playing experience. All teachable things.
That's going to be a first down at the 32-yard line. Clock beginning to move again. Probably be the last play of the third quarter. Ocasio under center. Single setback. Burke again. Up the middle he goes. Close to a first down. Got about 8 on the play.
A nice thrust by the offensive line.
And that's going to be it, Coach, for the third quarter.
A scoreless one at that.
And we will march down the other side of the field. 3 quarters in the books here from Harmon Geist. Cougars leading at 32-0. All right, we are back here to Harmon Geist. 8 minutes to go in this one, Coach. Been all Cougars.
It has, right from the get-go. The young Bucks didn't give themselves much of a shot right off the bat, fumbling a couple of kickoffs, putting themselves in a hole, and it's been downhill since then. Although they have had their best success in the third quarter, at least offensively, getting a couple first downs.
Cougars have a first down at the 25-yard, or second down, 2nd and 3. And a handoff to Burke, bouncing off the left side, trying to get to the corner, and does. Sidesteps a man, and he is down to about the 15-yard line. John Burke running really well today.
Yeah, Jeff Quick is there to meet him first, along with Elmer Hertz for the Buckhorns. But nonetheless, another first down for the Cougar offense.
Mark Zellen now coming into the ball game also for the Cougars. First down and 10. The scoreboard still says 2nd and 3. Ball at the 15-yard line. Casio from the shotgun in motion. Oh, bad snap again. Down he goes. Good tackle.
Well, I think what happened there, Paul, is the ball came back at light year speed. It sort of surprised Casio a little bit. They were lucky to fall back on it.
Nico Bowers on the tackle for the Buckhorns.
That was a rocket snap.
That was. Buzz Lightyear would have been proud of that one. It's going to be second down here now.
Correct. And about 16, somewhere in there.
I was going to go 2nd and 16 also. We got a whistle on the field here. There we go. Officials wanted to make sure what down it was. Had a little movement there we could play on. And Burke again on the toss. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard gain on the play. 5:47, 5:46, clock moving here.
As Matt made himself skinny, tried to weasel his way through two Buckhorns, and almost did, but didn't have enough, and his momentum brought him down. It's going to bring up, I believe, a third down.
Third and, we're going to say 14 now. Ball is right at the 20-yard line.
Oh, the perils of freshman football. Brings back memories.
Ocasio from the gun here in motion. And he's going to call his own run right side, cuts it back, puts his head down, and he is down close to the 11-yard line. Good run by Amias.
Yeah, nice physicality shown. He's stopped by Ryan Vargo. Actually, a nice collision for both of them. Good hard run and a good tackle.
Ball's at the 11. It'll be fourth down.
Boy, a lot of these young Cougar backs, be it quarterbacks, running backs, etc., are very decisive when they run, and they run with power. They're not hesitant.
No, not at all.
Which is a very good sign, because sometimes at this age, you get players that aren't experienced a whole lot and are a little bit cautious when they run, but not the case with Hazleton's backs.
.406 to go in this one here. It's going to be fourth down. Cougars playing out the string. Ocasio from the shotgun, 3 receivers set. High snap again, corrals it down. Trying to get to the left end, and he does. Spinning his way inside the 5.
He's got a first down.
Yep. Going to be close. I think he did get it, Coach.
Nope, he's got it.
Pittenger again on the tackle. It's going to be first and goal.
You going to call it the 4?
We'll call it the 4-yard line, and clock continues to run with 3:28 to go in the ball game.
A lot of the varsity Cougar players in the end zone supporting the future of the program. It's good to see.
Coccio under center. Bobbles the snap, comes right back to him. And he is down about the 1-yard line. That ball just bounced right back up to him.
And he's as close as humanly possible to being in the end zone.
Inside the 1-yard line. It's going to be second down and goal.
Hazleton taking their time in the huddle as the clock continues to run.
Yep, right around 2 minutes when they snap the ball here, it should be. Tate the setback. And a hand up to Tate, and he's into the end zone for another touchdown. 1:51 to go in this one here. From a yard out, Dante Tate walks in. Cosio on the bootleg, and down he goes. Once again, Nico Bowers on the tackle, and the 2-point conversion will be no good. Timeout in the action, 38-0, Cougars leading. 1:51 to go in this one. We'll be back as the Buckhorns get one more shot at it. All right, welcome back. Jaden Maynard now to kick it off. And that is a high, short kick, and that is a free ball. And
I think the Buckhorns have fallen on it.
that ball just took a bounce 6 yards back the other way. If that was an onside kick, Coach, that would have been perfectly placed.
It would have been, but I'll guarantee you.
Obviously it wasn't, right.
Yeah. Well, for, some people maybe watching the first time, but that was not planned.
No. Buckhorns going to get one shot at it here.
I believe so. Couple
1:38
plays
to go. Get a couple more plays. Try to leave on a positive note. Well, you got to be impressed with the 9th grade Cougars today, Coach.
Yeah, I think Wallenpaupack was a little bit outmanned, but we're not sitting here talking about an 8-6 game. Hazleton did what they had to do and took advantage of Wallenpaupack's slow start, especially within the kicking game, and made some big plays on their own. And they've been very steady the entire game on both sides of the ball. Obviously improved from their first game with Scranton Prep, which is what you want to see.
Vargo on the rollout, on the bootleg. Throws, looking for Pagano, and incomplete. And he threw that one right at the line of scrimmage. He waited to the last possible second, and Pagano was open, but he already stopped.
He did. He got behind Isaiah Vargas, and I'm sure Coach Deal's going to use that as a teaching point, that as long as the quarterback has the ball, and if you're a defensive back, you never stop your feet. You always continue to get depth as long as the quarterback has the ball. Because if you don't, that's what happens. The receiver runs by you.
2nd down and 10 now. We're under a minute to play.
I do have to say something. I'm surprised that you haven't given any props yet to the clock operator.
Oh, Chubby? Well, I counted 3 mess-ups. The over-under was 3.5, so I'm letting them go. Looks like it's going to end safely, though, at 3. And that should be the last play, Coach. They're going to try to get one more.
They'll try to get another one in for good measure.
2 seconds, 1 second. They're going to snap the ball, and the ball game is over as the officials blow it dead. Shutout for the 9th grade Hazleton area Cougars 38. Wallenpaupack Little Horns nothing.
And again, quickly we want to thank Coach Vargas for his cooperation with us before the game and getting us numbers in their starters.
What a class act. And at this level here, in case people don't realize, it's very hard to get a roster.
Correct.
So we're here usually an hour before game time down in the field with our little charts that you made up, Coach, that are so nice. And filling in players and making it easier and trying to give the kids the credit that they deserve, to get their name called on YouTube here.
Well, Paul Bull, you want to take care of the one score in the second half or not?
Yeah, we'll just go. At the half, it was 32-0 in the second half. Fourth quarter, 1:51 to go. Dante Tate, his second touchdown of the game, I believe, Coach, right? No, that was his first. He had a couple of good runs here.
He had a 2-point conversion.
2-point conversion. I knew I saw him in the end zone before. A 1-yard run, 2-point conversion failed, and that made it 38-0, and that's where it ended here. So, some good things for Hazleton. The passing attack looked really good.
Mm-hmm.
The defense, tremendous. You pitched a shutout. Running backs, Burke running the ball, Tate running the ball, creating space in between the hash marks and getting to the outside, which they could not do against Scranton Prep. We didn't see them get to the outside, so Coach Deal made some adjustments, got them to the outside today. A good win for them. I believe they are on the road the next game because we will have the JV game next Monday on 9/11.
On the 11th, correct.
On the 11th of September. We will not be here on Friday night. The Cougars are away. They're at North Pocono. But if you'd like to hear Rich and I call a game, you can tune in to Web Weekly. We will be on Web Weekly Live.
Somewhere.
It looks like it's going to be Loyal Sock in Southern Columbia, so it should be a big matchup down here in central Pennsylvania. And then we will return here. As we said, the 11th is the JV game. The 15th, Wolfpack coming to town, NWO style, Coach.
Absolutely.
And you never know what you're getting with the Wilkes-Barre. They could they could score 40 or give up 40. They're like a Jekyll and Hyde team.
And they've done both so far. They've scored 40 and given up 41 or 42. Listen, just preliminarily, I hope Coach isn't listening to this because it's 2 games away. You don't ever want to talk about 2 games away. But We can because we're not going to be here next week. But in 2 weeks, when Wilkes-Barre, when that outfit comes in, if you can get here, get here. If you can watch it because you're going to see a collection of athletes. There will be no shortage of athletes wearing the Columbia blue and black that night as the Wolfpack invade Harmon Geist Memorial Field.
Absolutely, and Coach, that'll be. We'll put a bow on our Labor Day tradition here. Since it's 2 times now, we can call it a tradition.
I thought you said it was 3 times.
Well, no,
for
2 times was an event, the 3rd time, but we're looking forward to next year
All right.
already. We're already
Okay.
forward to Labor Day 2024.
All right,
I want to thank the Hazleton Area School District, as always, for their accommodations here. Chubby's gone. I wanted to thank him for running the clock and only messing up 3 times. But Freddie Barletta, the athletic director, Bobby Mahalik, always producing the game. Damien setting the stream up from his house today. Getting it here. We missed the Duke on stats, but for my partner, Rich Salonis, I'm Paul Bowe. It's a final score. Cougars 38, the Buckhorns nothing. We'll see you a week from today. JV game, 9-11 here. I believe it's a 4:15 or 4:30 start, Coach. We'll check on that, but we'll be here covering the game here. Have a great week. Back to school starts tomorrow, and have a great Labor Day.